Welcome to Let Go, Lean In, my podcast designed with transformational leaders like you in mind. I'm Lisa Lewis, your transformational leadership coach. In each episode, you'll find help growing awareness of your mindset as a leader, be equipped with a tool to let go of unrealistic expectations and self-limiting beliefs that get in the way of your one precious life. My goal is for you to thrive as you lean in toward the leadership call God has put on your life. Join me and other leaders as we let go and lean in together. Well, welcome today to another fabulous episode of Let Go, Lean In. Today we get to speak with Andrea Nyberg, who is a personal friend, but has such a precious story. And her way of leading is through transparency and vulnerability. Her authenticity is something I know you'll be inspired by. And so thanks for joining in. And Andrea, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here today.
Thank you, Lisa. It's so good to be here.
I know that it would be much more fun if we were sitting across the table in San Carlos at Starbucks, having coffee together, but this is what we get. So
I love it.
Here we are.
Yes.
Well, I want to share a little bit about you with my listeners. And so I'm just going to read your bio, which I think is lovely. And so here we go. Andrea is a wife and mom who's battled the pain and shame of anxiety and depression, but ultimately found that Jesus' love for us is unaltered by what we face or how we feel. She now shares hope and solidarity with Christian women facing their own battles by inviting them to reframe their faith and identity through the unchanging love of Christ. So welcome, Andrea M. Nyberg.
Right. I know, right? Got to throw that M in there. Andrea Nyberg was already taken. So,
You got to have your middle initial or the first initial of your maiden name, depending on how that works, right? Then we have to have those identifiers for sure. Yeah, I won't even go into how many different Lisa Lewises are out there, which is why coaching is a part of my identity.
I love it.
It's funny. But it's still a testimony of our uniqueness, because here you put in the M and that totally separates you from any other, which is awesome. Yeah. But in God's eyes, you're already separated, and it doesn't really matter about those details. He sees you as unique. And I know we've talked so many different times about not only your journey, but what your hope is for what women connecting around this topic of anxiety and depression can do in people's lives. And it isn't just this passion. There's this thing called leadership that starts happening. And that's why I so wanted to have you be a part of this, because so many women have the opportunity to lead in the spaces where they are, but they don't see themselves as a leader. And it doesn't matter if we have that title in our job description or whatever it might be. And so really my hope today in our conversation is you just share from your heart, and women will be encouraged. And so let's dive in. What is your earliest memory and awareness that you had of leadership in yourself?
It's really when I was about in my very early teens. I had become a Christian. I had gone to youth group. To be honest, it all started with a boy, doesn't it always? I had a big crush on this boy named John, and I found out one of my good friends went to church with him. So I kind of nonchalantly almost invited myself to youth group with her. Little did I know that I would encounter the ultimate lover of my soul, Jesus, that night. And that was the night that I had known about God. I had known about Jesus, but that was the moment that I encountered him personally and understood what he had done for me. with that, I started going to church with her every week, and pretty soon I was ready to be baptized, and I became a part of that church. And with my personality type, it didn't take long for people to take notice of me. I'm really energetic. I'm a people person. So right away, they actually came to me and offered me, um, leadership opportunities for the younger kids. Um, and like conferences where we would have, it was like a weekend away and we would all go, and that was my first memory of leadership. And I remember it was wonderful in one way, and then kind of like scary in another, like, wow, this is all new to me. Yet, as I'm leading, I'm learning. And that's really what God has shown me throughout my life and will continue, is as we lead, we're learning. It's not that we have it all figured out, it's that we've been given an opportunity to facilitate a safe space for all of us to learn together. And that really has been something I've, you know continue to process and to remember, that I don't have to have all the answers. I'm helping
Mm.
to create a safe space for all of us to learn together.
Boy, if that isn't just the
Yeah.
classic definition of transformational
Right.
leadership, I have no
Yeah.
idea what it would sound like. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for taking that thoughtful approach to talk about the importance of creating a safe space so we can all
Mhm.
learn together. I mean, that's it, right?
Yeah.
If we as leaders act as if we have all the information, then we separate ourselves.
Absolutely.
And so just in being willing to create a safe space to learn, but to have that humble posture of being a learner yourself, that's priceless.
It took a little therapy to get there, friend. I'm not gonna lie.